Hi. Okay. Um, I'm just going to start with a disclaimer straight off the top of the bat. I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to curse, as Americans would put it. I'm going to analyze your argument, your proof, your sound valid argument that God exists. So, easiest way to do this is to look at your argument construction, the actual flow of what you've done. Look at the premises, the conclusions, the inferences, and take them step by step. Okay, if you consider that what I'm doing is putting up a straw man of your argument, and you think I'm maybe brushing over some things that are implicit in what you're saying and I've missed, let me know. I'll have another go at it. You know, one of the leading concepts behind philosophical debate is the principle of charity. So I'm fully willing to have another go at this by giving you the benefit of the doubt if you say I've missed a point. No problem. Okay, let's get started. Probably again easier to just disclaim this slightly. I've seen some of your other videos and I understand your premises of infinity, you know, singular starting point, infinity afterwards, and eternity to never-ending arrows. Yeah? Okay, cool. Just to let you know that I get those, so when I'm talking about them, I'm using your definitions, not necessarily mine. Okay, premise 1, time exists. Okay, I require some proof of this from you. It's a major step that you've taken straight away. It's not a completely accepted argument. Okay, can't put it that time was an a priori concept. Beyond this, if you're attributing time to exist, and that it needed a creator to exist, as in it's a physical, non-physical law of the universe, or just a universal reality, and not merely just a mental construct of a rational being that comprehends time. Please provide me with your argument for this. That's what I want to know. Okay. Premise 2. Time is linear and started at some point in the past. Okay. I can accept an interpretation of this. I think obviously if you looked at some philosophy of time, McTaggart's A-B series and whatnot, you might need to think this over a little longer. I would, however, contend that it began at the time began at the moment a rational being could comprehend it, and thus retroactively it exists as far back in a linear sense as a rational mind and argument can comprehend it to have existed. Okay? Okay. Premise 3, the conservation of matter and energy. You can't destroy matter. Fine, no problems, no arguments. I'm not gonna get started with that, you know. I'm cool with that. Premise 4, matter, time and space are interdependent. You can't have one without the other. Nice little love triangle you've created. Again, I need proof. I can understand the argument here, but I'm going to throw some more Kant here, just because I like Immanuel Kant. And continue in the vein that time and space are merely mental constructs which allow the rational observer, that would be me or you or any of your readers, anybody who considers himself a rational human being able to comprehend space and time, to comprehend matter. Matter would always exist without space and time. It's just that we, the rational observer, wouldn't be able to comprehend it without those structures of space and time which we've created. Okay, premise 5. Oh, I've already done that one. No, I haven't. Premise 5. Matter, time, and space were created. This one relies on several other premises that we've already talked about. And because it's so reliant upon the earlier premises, I can't really deal with this until you've dealt with my objections to the earlier premises. So hit me up and then we'll talk about this some more. Yeah. Premise 6. The creator was powerful. Okay, this is my major issue with your argument. And this is where it starts to fall apart for me. Mainly because what you're doing is you're repeating an early part of your argument, you're just spinning it. The early part of your argument being the conservation of matter and energy. You're basically saying that there's a lot of energy in the universe today, thus there must have been a lot of energy at its creation. Fine, no argument there. But what you're doing is, when you say creator was powerful, you're anthropomorphizing this act of creation, and that's an issue to me, because basically you're leading people. You're not necessarily drawing any inferences or even conclusions from your premises. You're just sidestepping them. That's my issue with it here. If you can get around this and you can say, okay, look, this is maybe a redundant premise and I don't need this again. So, yes, okay, it was a bit fallacious, I'll move up past it, then cool. If, however, you think you're saying something different to what you said earlier, let me know, because I've missed the point. I'm sorry about that. And again, if I'm butchering your arguments, correct me. Principle of charity says that, you get the benefit of the doubt. Cool with me. Okay, premise 7. The creator was intelligent. Again, is anthropomorphism. This is really the conclusion you're trying to draw, rather than another premise of your argument, that of an intelligent creator. So, okay, then you conclude with an inference. I'm leading you to this. This is what you're beginning to see. Fine if you want to do that, but it's not a proof. You sidestep logical argument here. And if your conclusion is there is an intelligent creator from what I've said, then your premises do not lead to that conclusion, because not all of your premises are correct. That's my assertion, obviously. This is what I'm saying to you. The conclusion is, in fact, more of an inference. Self-evident creator is God, apparently. Finally, you dismiss and generalize a lack of belief in God as merely people being unwilling to be accountable to their creator. Okay, well, we'll not even get into how this already assumes that you're correct and you've proven something. But I'm going to just argue with the point here and say perhaps people aren't willing to accept the existence of God. Not because of some moral superiority complex they have themselves, but perhaps because they don't find your argument, or any argument they've seen so far, either valid or sound. To spell that out to you, your premises don't lead to your conclusion, which means that your argument isn't valid, and the soundness of your argument fails because several of your premises I wouldn't say were true, and they don't lead to your conclusion, which again makes it unsound. Okay, so I'm going to end with this, Sean. If you try again, I'm a rational man. In fact, I haven't at any point in this video actually stated what my beliefs are. That's all I'm saying. Even if I believe in a God, and I'm leaving that open to interpretation, then my question is, do I believe that that God is your God? This is what I'm open to. What I'm saying is, if you can prove your argument, the argument that you've laid out, by providing proper premises and a proper solid conclusion that I find both valid and sound, being a rational being, I may be swayed. Convince me and I'm all yours, Sean. Spiritually. Ciao.